Welcome back to another episode. My name is Erica Steeves. I'm a product stylist and commercial photographer. Today I am on set shooting food photography, and I'm super excited to bring you behind the scenes to show you even more of my tips and tricks on how you can be inspired and do this for your own business as well. And I just love working with small businesses like this. It is a brand new company. They are building out their website. They only launched their company in November. So this is their very first product shoot, and I am starting to set the tone for their creative imagery for the foreseeable future. So I'm super excited to be helping them in any way that I can and taking you behind the scenes to show you all of my great advice and tips and tricks on how you can do this at home too. Anyway, let's dive in. Remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. A new video will be launching every Tuesday where I'll be sharing behind the scenes tips and tricks, interviews, and so many other great content just specifically for you. So if you are a photographer, a small business, product-based business, or if you're just super interested in any of these aspects, these videos are for you. So what are you waiting for? Remember to subscribe, like this video, and give me a comment below. Anyway, let's get started. Before we get started, I just wanted to show you a little bit some of the equipment that I'll be using today. I have my two pro photos and set up I'm just doing straight up bounce lighting based off of the reference images that the client provided for me. They wanted things of an even lighting, but then also a lot of darker elements. That's why I have these black wooden boards behind me. I'm using a C-stand, which I cannot recommend highly enough. I wish I had more of them even in the studio, because I find they are so useful. They're multi-purpose. You can put lights on them, you can put your camera on them. They literally are like an additional person on set, but they don't move and they can hold things for a really long period of time. So if you don't have a C-stand, that is something that you should look into to incorporate into the tools in your studio. Right now we're shooting everything as a flat lay. So it actually is really amazing for me, because where I'm doing product styling and the photographer in this case, I'm essentially cloning myself. So it is just holding the camera for me. I'm able to adjust things, style, take photos, and pick up where I left off. So with this C-stand, I'm able to work a lot more faster and more efficiently. This is not an affiliate. I have no links towards a C-stand, but if you are struggling to have that you're working by yourself a lot, having some C-stands will be really, really helpful. So what are we waiting for? I'm gonna start breaking down some of the photos that I'm taking today. As you can see, I've already started shooting. I was able to capture a lot of content before I started hitting record on this video. So I'm just going to give you a few aspects of what I'm doing, and then watch to the end, and I'm going to share all of the images that I captured today, even the ones not in this video, so you can get inspired and try to take some of my ideas from those as well. So right now I'm looking at, a lot of times when you have a cosmetic or a paste or something that's in a jar bottle, you want to know what's inside and be able to capture and portray what's on the inside. So I'm going to do a series of putting the product as a flat lay and then doing a smear beside it, where you're gonna have so you're gonna be able to see the texture, you're gonna be able to see the vibrancy and the color without the distortion or anything blocking it in the jar. So I'm super excited to provide these images for my client, because I think that it will be a really great selling aspect on their product photos. Okay, so I'm all ready and set up. I have everything tethered and all ready. What I did is I have the hot sauce opened, and with a little spoon, I'm going to create I have like a white platter here, and where I'm using like a liquid, I don't want to use a paper or something like this that it will stain the the surface. So I have just like this white glass, which I think will be really easy to clean afterwards. On the spoon, I have like a large enough portion. I'm going to make a big like splat and then like bring my spoon down and roll it out. So forgive me if like sometimes you have to try this multiple times to get the best one, but stay tuned and I'm going to show you how it happens. So that was my first try. I think it looks pretty good. So one thing to keep in mind when you are doing these is you make the dollop to show how thick it is, and then when you do the smear, it's so you can see all the little ingredients and the spices and things like this. And you do the same for cosmetics as well. You want to see the consistency of the paste, and that's why you would do this, the smear. So I have my little thing so that it doesn't roll back and forth, because you can see like when you place it, I have a piece of gaffer tape that I just stick on the back, and I'm able to place it so that it doesn't roll around, which I think like it makes sense and is smart, and I'm sure that you guys can think of that on your own as well. Another thing that you can do if you do find it's still rolling is you take another little piece of tape or something round and small, and you just put it on either side of the glass in whichever way it's rolling so that it doesn't move back and forth. Another thing that you can use is blue tack or sticky tack. I find that's also really helpful. And I think in a previous video, Bonnie, in the interview, she had mentioned Zots as well, which is another adhesive. So anything like this, I think, is really key in helping you achieve your image. Are you loving the behind the scenes today? Give me a comment below and tell me by saying heck yes that you are loving these behind the scenes and that you want to see more of them just like this. Anyway, what are you waiting for? Leave me a comment below and ask me any question that you have about product styling, and I'll be happy to address it and potentially create video or content on it in the near future. Okay, so just to show you a little bit of the props that I pulled for today. I always like to come from a place of more props on hand, the better, but then edit when you start placing them in the photos. So for this concept, if you can think of Indian cuisine, a lot of times it's like that old world country, antique-y, vibrant, different things like this. We're going to be using the black background, so I want to have a contrast with the paste and the different elements like this. So I pulled items that I feel will help with that. I have some copper, so like little copper dishes. This is actually a candle holder base, but I thought if I put things inside of it, that it might be a really nice touch. I have an arrangement of different spoons that I thought were interesting. I also have other cutlery that we can play with. I have bowls and things of wooden. I have antique, like china bowls. I have regular kind of bowls that have like a blue interior, which I thought could be really pretty. I have some pottery that I think is always really nice, that gives it a more elevated, luxurious feel because it's handcrafted and an artisan. I have this like cute little cauldron, which is nice. I have a cast iron firing pan. I have like this is very like Indian inspired wooden trivet, and a lot of silver elements like this, like things that I've found secondhand thrifting. And all of this is my own personal stuff that I curated from my house that I brought in specifically for this shoot. I also have a handful of linens here too, because every time I'm shooting food photography or things like this, I always love adding these elements to give the softness to it. So these are just some of the things that I'll be using today. So stay tuned to see those in the next coming image. A few weeks ago, I had done an interview with Carmen, and she was talking about leading lines. And in this photo, I'm doing something similar to this, where I'm creating lines in the photo to draw you in and then continue your way through the photo. But then also, I am playing with symmetry. So I put everything in a linear line through the frame, and I'm leaving equal portions on the top and bottom quadrant that are negative space, and then leaving everything here, and then I have my product as the focal point. And I'm kind of like, the jars are quite small, so this is just a little butter dish that I am using, and I'm kind of placing it in the frame like it is being served up on a platter, which I think is really interesting, and it will tie in with the rest of the images that we're doing. And then additionally, I have an antique spoon, and then an antique salt or pepper shaker, and then some fresh garnishes on there. So it is a fairly simple photo. It doesn't have to be too crazy to be able to make the impact or serve the purpose that it is going to have. But doing things like this, where you are using design principles to create and compose your photos, it will really help elevate your images to the next level. So keep that in mind when you are setting up your images. Anyway guys, that's a wrap for today. I'm just finishing up my final image that you can see here for today. I'm super excited to share these results with my client and have them just start posting and sharing their message to get their products out into the world. And that's what it's all about. It's about helping small businesses. And I'm super excited because I have a free onboarding process that you can grab in the link below, where I'm giving you my entire process of how I onboard new clients to make sure that I get the best results, and then also set expectations so that I can over deliver and really set myself up as the expert on set. So what are you waiting for? If you are curious about my onboarding process, or if you have one and you want to refine it and even make it better, grab the link below and get my free onboarding process. Thank you for watching my video today. A new video will be launching every Tuesday. Remember to subscribe, like this video, and keep watching as I show you the final edited images from set today.